Tell me about yourself.
My name's David. I was born and raised in Texas. More specifically, I've lived in the DFW area my whole life. Um, I played sports my entire life. They played a big part of my life growing up, and they still do. I watch them all the time. Uh, I started my college career at UNT. I went there for 2 years and then bounced around to between UNT and TCC, and now I'm at UTA, and I'll be graduating with a marketing and management degree at the end of this semester.
What have you learned from your hobbies, interests, and outside activities?
Uh, I've learned a lot over my life, but the biggest thing I would say is probably that you shouldn't stress over things that you can't control. So sometimes I tend to be very hard on myself whenever my team doesn't achieve the outcome that I would like, and so uh, sometimes it's not my fault, and my teammates might have been the problem, and I take that very hard on myself. So I should try not to do that. And another thing, if I do end up losing, then I should try to learn something from that situation and not sulk in defeat.
How do you feel about working with others as part of a team?
I have no problem working with others. I actually enjoy it, especially if the group of people is like-minded and willing to achieve the same goal that you are trying to achieve. However, if there's not good communication between group members, then that can create conflict. And if certain members of the team don't want to pull their weight or do their job, then that can also create problems, and the group will not be as successful.
How do you work under pressure?
Um, Pretty good, especially if I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Then it brings out my competitive side and makes me want to, I guess, perform at my very best.
Why should I buy from you?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm very honest, and I would not sell you something that I don't think you need and that would benefit you. I keep the customer's best interest in mind, and um, I'm not gonna. I guess I'm not gonna trick you into buying something you don't need, and I won't. I guess I'm not satisfied until the customer is satisfied. So I'll work until you become happy.
What do you consider to be your greatest strengths and weaknesses?
Well, I'm very confident in myself. I'd say that's a strength. Um, I also have very good communication skills, so I have no problem explaining to people what I think needs to be done, or like how a certain situation should be handled. Um, as far as weaknesses go, kind of like I tend to be pretty hard on myself, like I said earlier, so that can kind of play a factor in certain situations. And I'm also a perfectionist, so if I haven't achieved my desired result, then it might take me like a little longer to get there because something's not perfect.
How do you think a teacher who knows you well would describe you?
Uh, I would say that I'm a very hard worker, um, smart, motivated, kind to everybody around me, and that I put other people's interest ahead of my own. Very considerate.
What is important to you in a job?
Uh, the ability to have a flexible schedule. I don't want to have to come to work at the same time every day or leave at the same time. Just like a little bit of flexibility. The job has to be fun. I have to enjoy going there. The people that I work with, I need to enjoy being around them. Just the atmosphere of the work environment needs to be good. Somewhere that you want to go every day. Um, and hopefully it's whatever I'm doing is something that I'm passionate about, so that I can, I guess, get behind whatever the product or services that we're selling or doing, and I can give my one best effort every day and enjoy doing it.
What motivates you to put forth your greatest effort?
I guess the fact that I would always want to be the best version of myself, and I want other people to be proud of me, and I want to be so successful that people look at me and think, oh wow, I know that guy, he's very successful. But I think that's also kind of like it's a weird question because I always am putting forth my best effort. I don't need to be motivated to give my best effort. So, yeah, I guess why would you give anything less than 100%?
Can you give me an example of a time you had to pitch a proposal to a group, and how did that go? And why did you think why do you think things went the way they did?
I've had to give many, I guess, been a part of a lot of group projects, and from time to time I've been the group leader. So one of the times I had to, I guess, tell the other people in the group what their job will be for the assignment, to like divvy up the tasks and make people do what they need to do to get the job done. Which I guess could have been bad if people didn't react well to like the work that you're telling them to do. But I think what was the second question?
How did you do?
I think it went well. We finished our assignment, got a good grade on it. Everybody worked well together. There was no problems or anything like that. Nobody complained about the job, like that they had too much work or anything like that. Is there another part of that question?
Yeah, there was. Why do you think things went the way they did?
Probably just because everything was communicated very well to them. I think I did a good job being neutral and favoring the other people in the group so that they did not want to. It was a very fair divvying up of all the assignments, so not one person did more than another person. It was very fair. Everybody worked well together, and they were all flexible, so that made everything a lot easier in the first place.
Tell me about the teacher you ever had. What made him/her so great?
Oh, well, I guess the best teacher I ever had. It's probably my kindergarten teacher. Her name was Miss Curcio. She was the best teacher I don't know that I have had to this day. She was always very nice to me. I never got in trouble. I can't remember her ever giving out homework. She treated me like I was just a young king, and she made me feel good, which is what I wanted. And actually, in kindergarten, I think I was probably 6. I told her that I wanted my nickname. I wanted her to call me Fireball because I thought that was cool. And she called me Fireball for the rest of the year. Didn't even bat an eye. So, and she was such a good teacher. I went back and saw her every year after kindergarten for a long time.
Tell me in what areas you believe you could improve on.
Where could I improve? I could get better at listening to other people's opinions and considering them, because sometimes, like I have kind of said earlier, I'm very confident in myself and I know that I can get any task done that I need to get done, but sometimes there are better, more efficient ways to do things, and so that's what other people think of sometimes. So I should listen to other people's opinions about certain things, and before I just think that my own idea is the best idea there is, and sometimes that can make me not work as efficiently if I don't consider other people's opinions.
As the final question, sell me this pin.
Oh. Let's see. Do you care about the planet?
Yes.
You do care about the planet. Well, this pin is made of biodegradable plastic, so it won't harm the environment. If it somehow makes its way to the oceans, turtles won't choke on it because it's safe material. Do you care about people?
I do.
For every one pin that is sold $100 is donated to starving orphans around the world. Pretty good cause there. Do you have kids?
I do not.
You don't have kids? Well, do you plan on having kids one
I
day?
do.
So the ink in this pin is flavored and non-toxic. So if your child ever sticks it in their mouth, then she won't get sick. It's not toxic for her. Let's see. I guess you write a lot every day? You need the pin with the utmost quality?
I would say so, yes.
So the ballpoint on this pin is 100% titanium steel. It's the best quality money can buy. No other pin on the market has this kind of technology in it. It's simply the best. And the question that I would ask you is, why wouldn't you want to buy this pin? Would you like to buy it?
Yes.
Oh,
I would like to buy
perfect.
this pen.
Great.